You saw it in the title. I don't think that I need to explain any further, but in this video, I want to talk a bit about makeup and AI because I feel like this discussion is very controversial and very specific kind of, because it is just something that in 2024 has become more and more an issue or a thing that needs to be discussed compared to the years previous, of course. I mean, just look around you and your devices. We have the Samsung AI, Google's Gemini, Apple Intelligence, all the new innovations of ChatGPT, and all these other generating AI programs like Dolly, Midjourney, like even Canva in the free basis, like no cost usage plan. Even there, you have AI that helps you. Deeper Right, for example, like all these tools that are supposed to make your life easier, but they also spark the controversy when it actually comes to art and selling. And I don't know why, but I was 100% sure that we had even a controversy Friday on AI, but for the sake of my life, I can't find it on my channel. Or was that in another Get Ready With Me? In maybe in a Get Reddit With Me even, because I remember that we specifically talked about the Ensley Rain thing and how they basically sell AI generated artwork palettes and base their prices off of numerology. But okay, I want to spark a new discussion here because, first of all, if you missed last Friday's video, well, you are not blind or anything or crazy or getting the Lulu. There was a video. It was a classic Get Reddit With Me, and I discussed a couple posts from the Beauty Guru sub, the Beauty Guru chatter sub. But I'm a dumb bitch. On that Friday evening when this video went live, I wanted to work on some videos that I already had uploaded, wanted to add the captions, you know, all the shit in the info box, the hashtags, the thumbnails and all that. And I came across a video that I uploaded that was corrupted. So I now check the videos after upload, and this one was sadly a failure. So I wanted to delete that. And because I'm dumb, and since the that Get Reddit With Me was the last video in the list and the other one was above this, I accidentally deleted the wrong video. And I was very kindly made aware of that mistake by someone who then commented on the community post that they were just watching the video and it disappeared. But I am very fast when it comes to deleting stuff, so it wasn't there anymore. But why am I telling you this? Actually, this video is inspired by a comment that I got under that video from an artist, because we talked, or I talked in that video also about the AI thing, specifically about Davina Cosmetics and this horrible palette. I don't want to say that the shades inside are horrible. I am talking about this horrible art on top, where Davina said, or the brand said on Instagram, that they worked with 3 different artists. None of them were able to do what they had in mind, so they went with AI. Don't get me wrong, but this artwork here, anybody can do this drunk in the dark. Let's be honest. This is not an excuse to use AI. And I think it is quite clear that I and a lot of people, especially online, they do have quite a strong opinion when it comes to AI on makeup palettes. And that comment was a very emotional comment. And basically, the the person who commented said that they're sick of this being an excuse to bash a brand or something like that. I'm sorry if I quote you wrong. The video is gone, sorry. So I can't look it up anymore. But basically, they said that even artists get inspired by AI, that it's not a crime to use that it's not a crime to get inspired by that. And First of all, I want to thank you for the insight, for these thoughts as an artist of this. And before I now start and go into that topic, I don't want to argue with you on that comment because that's not my business. Everybody is entitled to have their own opinion, and I think it is very important that you have your own opinion because if you don't have one, you're following just like a sheep. But I want you to discuss. I want you to have your opinion. I want you to share your views. But I wanna stress out here because lately this has been going out of hand a bit. If you share your opinion, I'm encouraging you to disagree with me. I encourage you to do your own research and then to comment and then to maybe even just prove me wrong, because it is not a bad thing when you're wrong with something. The question is always, how do you handle that, and are you willing to learn? And I, for myself, I'm always willing to learn. I'm always willing not to adjust my opinion. I think that's just the wrong term. I am always willing to add new perspectives to my opinion and then to maybe rethink certain things. And that is, to me, that is what growing is, that is what maturing is, and that is just what being a decent human is. So, if you share your opinion on this, you disagree with me, maybe you disagree even with others in the comments, please stay friendly. YouTube actually hit a lot of comments recently where people were basically coming at me, telling me what a fucking bitch I am because I say this and that, because I feel like this and that. And that's not cool. That is the line that I draw. If you are unfriendly, if you start to insult me or other commenters, I will block you, I will delete that comment, I will not be cool with you because I don't want that. If you disagree with me and we have an open discussion, that is what I want. An environment here on YouTube where you can judge free, tell me your opinion, where you can judge free, share your points, and we all just can learn from each other. I just wanted to say that before we start right into that, because I don't want to bash on that specific comment. That is definitely not the case. I answered that comment also by thanking them for giving me insights of their thoughts, and I really appreciate that, and that is what I genuinely think. You do not have to agree with me, you do not have to crawl up my ass. I don't want that, that's very uncomfortable actually. So before we start and head into a opinion shifting setting here, I want to go more into the AI itself, because although it is still new in this world, actually, because I think what AI is capable of, we are just having 1% of the opportunities right now. And when we just try to look in the future, I think in 10 years, we would just laugh about what we were able to do in 2024. But first of all, what is AI? AI is short for artificial intelligence. So it is a form of intelligence that is created. It is there to mimic how maybe a human brain works. But here comes the first problem. They try to build something like a neuronal network, a digital neural, wait a second. It's neural. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. Because in German, it's neuronal. There is one thing more, but in English, it's neural. So they try to build a digital neural network that is supposed to mimic what a human brain would do. That is supposed to connect things to each other so that you have an outcome of the prompt that you enter. That is very, very simplified the theory of AI. With the technical standards that we have today, we just have to distinguish two forms of AI. And one form of AI does not exist. It's just a theory. So let's start with what we have. We have so-called weak AI, or as some of you might know it also, the generative AI. How does generative AI work? And stay with me, please, in this video, because it all will make sense at the end, because there is a reason why I tell you this, because I feel like some people, I don't want to say they don't understand AI. I want to say that it is taken as there. It is just taken as it is what it is, that maybe some do not think further about this. And I think if you understand the background of AI, maybe that can change your opinion on that. And I want to specifically explain, actually, that is the main reason. I want to specifically explain why I personally feel about AI artwork on eyeshadow palettes like that. So, what we are using in 2024 in all those different programs like Midjourney, DALL-E, ChatGPT, or Canva even. Like as said, even Canva has a generative AI. Generative AI is AI that generates content for you. It can generate text, it can generate pictures, and you might think now, yeah, but well, where's the problem? The AI generates it, not the person. And that is the big, big misconception, I think. Because the generative AI that we have, as said, is a so-called weak AI. Weak AI means this AI cannot think. This AI will generate output for you out of all the information that is put into the database that this AI is working with. Let's take a very simple life near example for that. You are looking into your fridge, into your cupboard in the kitchen, whatever, and you don't know what to cook. So you take help of AI these days, and you ask then ChatGPT, what can I cook out of these ingredients? Let's say banana, apple, eggs, flour, and I don't know, ham. ChatGPT has a database in the back where the developers put information in. And we're not talking about 200 Wikipedia entries. We're talking about millions of information that all float free and public through the cyberspace. So what ChatGPT is capable of in its neural weak network is ChatGPT can basically do super quick searches for what you are asking for, and the weak network, the weak neural network, the weak AI that ChatGPT is, they can combine these different information that they found online about banana and apple, about ham, about flour, and they combine it to a new recipe. Does that now mean that ChatGPT made that recipe up by itself? No, it does not. It took existing recipes, it took existing information, and just combined that new. So what is now the other form of AI that I was talking about? That is a strong AI. That is the thinking AI. And this is just a theory. This is not existing. Because strong AI is doing, in theory, what people want the weak AI, or let's just stay with ChatGPT, what they want them to do. A strong AI is capable to work like a digital brain. It will mimic 100% a human brain. But how can you do something when you don't know how the base works? I mean, in 2024, we still don't know 100% how the human brain is working, how everything is connected, because the human brain is the biggest supercomputer that will ever exist, and it is impossible to create with a human brain as base, as like the database of knowledge, to create something that works exactly like this. This is a paradox. Maybe that will change. But as of now, strong AI is a theoretical, a hypothetically concept of how AI could work. I think in some dystopian movies you have these these themings of strong AIs taking over the world. I think iRobot with Will Smith as some of those. I never saw iRobot, honestly. And if you would now ask a strong AI, hypothetically, the same thing about the food that we just did, like I have ham, I have flour, I have apple, I have banana, what can I cook? A strong AI would work like, for example, a chef. A professional chef might look at these ingredients and can think of something that you can cook out of this. They don't have to Google it. They can think of it right on spot. But the weak AIs that we have currently, like as said, ChatGPT, for example, Samsung Intelligence, Apple Intelligence, not Samsung Intelligence, Samsung AI, or Gemini, they can't do this. Google's Gemini, for example, they have a really cool feature that you can make a photo of your fridge and then ask Gemini what to cook out of that. Gemini will not analyze and see and understand what it's seeing. Gemini will take the picture that you did and will compare it to pictures on the internet. Pictures of what Gemini is analyzing here, publicly available online, and then they will suggest you something. Basically, they Google in speed of light. If you want to paint that picture here, they just Google super fast. That is what the weak AI is doing. So why is this now in creating cover art for a makeup palette? Sorry for the noise, by the way. I do have new like containers here on my desk where I now put my makeup stuff, and it has like drawers and like very acrylic and clean and pretty. But why is this now a problem when it comes to art? And I want to talk specifically about makeup and artwork on palettes. Now that we understand that generative AI is not generating art from its thought, from its minds, it is taking publicly visible, publicly available art and combines it new. That is what generative AI does. Like we just tested with the recipe, generative AI is taking the prompts that you put in there. For example, I imagine Ainsley Rain just putting in there, I want to have a fairy core, ethereal, elf-inspired, brownish, I don't know, picture. And they do this. But they do not generate that information out of their fantasy, let's call it like that. They generate this information out of existing pictures that you can find online. They basically Google these words, like let's call them these hashtags, and whatever fits to that description, what fits to that word, what is marked somewhere with a hashtag like ethereal, fairy core, whatever, they take these pictures and then they layer these pictures and they combine pieces of those pictures to a new, somewhat cohesive picture. And this does absolutely not mean that the picture that ChatGPT, Canva, Midjourney, or DALL-E created for you is yours. This is not your picture. This is art from other people recombined. And there is a big difference for me personal in getting inspired by what you now see and using what you see. I can enter these prompts to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT, please create a picture of a fairy core with mushrooms, and I want to see wings and sparkle and little elves or something. And I can take that picture that ChatGPT or Midjourney or DALL-E, whatever, let's just say any picture AI is doing for me, get inspired by this, by the whole vibe, by the look, and then create it myself. It is a big, big difference to taking the picture that this program is giving you and printing it on your fucking palette. For me personally, that is just the problem, because when you just, it takes 2 seconds of Googling and just asking Google or ChatGPT, Is selling AI art legal? And I think the second or the third entry even tells me, yes, it is legal. And the reason for it being legal is that there are no laws. Laws and copyright laws and stuff, they did not think about AI. There is no rule, no like helping book, no FAQ for how to manage this topic. And honestly, in my opinion, I think it's long overdue. There have to be copyright laws for this, in my personal opinion. Because for me personally, there is nothing, I have no valid argument against having this as a good business model. If you are somewhat familiar with the music business, there are platforms like this too. There are artists, for example, that create beats, beat samples, whatever. For example, Epidemic Sound. Then there is what I personally use, Artlist.io. You can buy basically the licenses, and then you can use these samples, you can use these tracks and create new work out of this, and then you can sell it. There is also a site called, I think it's Beatmaker or something. They do sell like beat sample sizes, and then you can use that beat, that sample, create something completely new with that as a baseline, and you can sell it. You have to just pay for the license, quite a high amount of money, and then you have different restrictions. This could be a model for AI too. You basically pay a certain amount of money as a license, and then the creator of that specific art or of that base art that is used as inspiration for the AI generated art gets paid. But here is the problem. With music, with these sites like Artlist, Epidemic, Beatmaker, whatever, there is a specific person. You can nail it down to that specific artist that created that art. With AI generated art, it's not like AI takes art from only one artist. AI takes the art from 10 or 15 or 50 artists and creates something new. How the fuck should they nail it down to who is now getting paid and who not? This model could only work when the artists that are in that AI generative software, when only art from these specific artists is used, and it's a kind of, it's trackable what the AI then used to create that new art, then everybody could have a piece of the cake. And the fact that selling AI art is not only not illegal, but also there are platforms. I found one while I prepared for this. I found a platform where it is legal to sell your fucking AI art. So you can basically do AI art with a free program, a free license, and then you can take this and you make money out of this. And maybe the artist who uploaded their art on Pinterest, on Instagram, or on, is it still a thing like Deviant art? I think it was a thing in the Tumblr era, or even on Tumblr. They don't see a penny for this. They do not get credited, they do not get appreciated for that. So honestly, my personal opinion on this is quite clear. If a brand is so lazy that they are taking AI art from an AI generative program, from an art AI generative program, and sell this as as it is put on their fucking ballot, not cool. And sorry, I think it is shady. I know that one of the main arguments is, especially in the indie brand range, that they are small brands. They cannot afford the artist. Who asked for a super complicated artwork on top? I mean, I'm sorry, but no one forces you to do this. No one tells you, well, if you're an indie brand, you have to have fancy artwork. Like, even big brands don't have that. Urban Decay just started with that, and it was only one, I think it was just a Robin Eisenberg palette, where Robin Eisenberg, the artist, did that. And look at ABH, or Natasha Denona, or, I don't know, Mac. Just say it like that, Mac. Danessa Myrick's, or if we just go like in the real indie brand, Gloss Gods. They do not have fancy artwork on top of their palettes. They just do have a certain style that's very recognizable. You know that this is a Gloss Gods palette. No one is forcing a brand to do this. And honestly, the artwork on top of the palette is not why people buy a palette. It is what is inside. It is color story. It is quality. It is love for makeup that makes people fall with palettes, that makes people love the palettes, that makes people fans of a certain brand. It's not the artwork. Honestly, the artwork for me is, while I appreciate a good artwork, because I think it can just amp up a palette, of course, in style, in how it looks, in just how it makes you feel, 100%. But it also, of course, dribbles, first of all, the price up if you hired an artist. That's just a fact. And, in my opinion, it can be very distracting. So if you have, for example, an eyeshadow palette that has a very, very wild, non-cohesive color story, where it makes it impossible to create cool looks, but you get distracted by a good artwork, it's kind of hidden. I don't want to call this scam, because this is just how selling things work. You put things you want to sell in a pretty surrounding. Of course, that's just basic sales tactics. But when it comes to eyeshadow palettes, artwork can be very distracting, and there are a lot of people on the internet who who basically erase backgrounds and artwork in palettes and just show you on plain white or black background, so you can have a better feeling for the color story. And I remember that in the comments of Ensley Rain, there were people arguing a lot like, yeah, but there are like ethically okay AI programs where you can use them. What do you understand under a ethically okay AI, with the knowledge that no matter what AI program, what AI site you use, you will always end up basically taking art from an artist that's not credited. And I think it's interesting how many people defend these tactics, but at the same time, these people will come at other brands for the most generic launches and tell them they stole from a smaller brand. The Made by Mitchell incident. Just saying. I think this whole AI thing is a very, very emotional discussion, because what I saw, and I could be wrong because this is just what my social media is showing me, so if you have other examples, please share them with us. But I think this is a discussion where mainly smaller and mid-sized indie brands are participating in. And if you have been in this indie community for a bit, this is a very thin ice I'm walking on, but the indie community is very aggressive. It is what okay, I said what I said. It is what it is, and I said what I said. That's what I wanted to say. They are so aggressive, some of them. Please, not all of them. Not all of them. 95% of the indie community peeps are wonderful. They are the best of the bestest. But those 5% are assholes. They're aggressive, radical assholes. I just wanna for that put an example here on top of someone who came to defend titanium foxes on my video about them and on what happened, not by saying, hey, I think the owner you misunderstood each other. It's so sad that this has happened. I have made different experiences with her. Never happened this to me. That is fine. People were messaging me, telling me that they had completely different experiences and they are very sorry that this has happened to me. And they just wish that I would use it or would try it again with the shop, because it is not like this always. This is absolutely fine, because we live from this like big bouquet of different experiences. This is how we we do our opinions. But there was this girl who basically said that I am lying, and Clara, I think it's the owner name, she would never do this, and I'm just doing this because she refused to send me PR. I know this has nothing to do with the AI, but that was the reason. She said to me, she accused me of being a liar, while I do have proof in the emails. And same goes with Odin's Eye. Someone came to my comments and they defended Odin's Eye like nobody's business. They called me a liar, a bitch, a freak, I don't know, like a super toxic person who is not given any other success, who is very greedy. And I'm like, I just said that the Odin's Eye eyeshadows are squishy. What the fuck is wrong with you? And they are squishy. We have proof. We have leaking proof from 2023. What's wrong with y'all? I think this is just a topic where you probably will never have a final view on this if it is not regulated by law. If there will never be laws to maybe forbid selling AI created art or whatever, you will always have people who say it's okay, and you will always have people like me who say it's not okay. And while I personally can right now not think of any argument that would change my opinion, I am open for that. So if you have arguments to just say, hey, for me, it is okay to do this because of this, and this, I'm fine with that. But with the technical background knowledge of how generative AI works, I'm sorry, I still think it's shady. And as long as this is not regulated by law, there won't be any change. And it does not matter how many will say that this is shady. It will not matter how many will accept this, how many defend their favorite brands. It does not matter. But I do think that since the AI and all that made such a big jump and such a big development, and it's not stopping there, you know? We have so many more innovations in this field with the help of AI ahead of us, that I personally think that these who are responsible for regulations, they definitely have to invest. They definitely should invest a couple minutes to think about this. And I want to also talk about another problem that comes with AI. AI is getting better and better each day. And we're coming to a point where it is super hard to see, is this AI or is it not? All these different possibilities of what you can do with AI, they will get more and more insane each day, each week, each month. A German author made a very interesting book about this. It's called Views. So I'm gonna give you a bit of a spoiler. I don't know if this was translated in English. I hope so. It's from Marc-Uwe Kling. He is very much known for his book, the Kangaroo Chronicles. It's hilarious, and Views is a more serious thing. So I'm gonna give big spoilers now, so I will blend in the timestamp when you can watch without being spoiled. So in case you want to read that book. It is basically about a police girl, a police officer, detective, who is working there. Yeah, that was very helpful. And it is about a case of a girl who went missing and nobody knows where she is, and all of a sudden a video pops up where it pops up on TikTok, social media, everywhere. And in that video she gets sexually assaulted by a group of men, all looking like they're not from Germany. And this video is just causing so many incidents in the German politics, in the whole structure of society. And at the end, Basically, the plot of this book is that this video is not real. It is a deep fake. Everything in this video is a fake. The girl that went missing is not even in this video because a generative AI that was programmed by a German dude took basically, they got the prompt to create videos that will create clicks, which will create AdSense and money. And this generative AI developed basically that prompt into searching through events, what's currently going on in the world. And what they did, or what the AI did, was they took the news, you know, the reports of that missing girl case, basically took her Instagram photos, created a video out of those Instagram photos, and combined that with videos of sexual assault of those men from all over the world. And what happened was that this video created clicks and it created money. It is still not a strong AI, but this was a generative AI, a weak AI that started to transition into a strong AI. Honestly, the book is... It left me speechless. It's really, really good. So if you want to read it, it's Views by Marc-Uwe Kling. And I'm not saying that just because we're putting, or brands are putting AI-generated art on top of palettes, something like this will happen. Please don't, please. No, it won't. What I want to say is that AI gives us so many opportunities. AI allows us to extend a certain part of our creativity in a way that we cannot think of, because just programs like ChatGPT have so much more sources to just take information from and create something new, that we can be inspired in new ways. We, with our human, incredible brain, we can get inspired by these. And we should get inspired, because why should we miss out on this opportunity? But we should not take the generated shit that is basically stolen from other artists and put this on to make money for ourselves. Use the capabilities of AI. Get inspired. Get creative. And then take that and just create something even better, something newer, maybe something you couldn't think of. But thanks to DALL-E, thanks to Midjourney, you were able to put this vision into a picture, and then you can take that picture and make it better. Do not take it and accept it. Use it as inspiration. Be just creative and use AI-generated material as help for your creativity. I am well aware that probably a lot of people will disagree with me, but that's absolutely fine. You are encouraged. Please share your views on this. If you disagree, share your views if you agree too, because I think this is just a discussion that is needed in 2024, and we all, on both sides of the opinion spectrum of for AI and against AI created art and palettes, we just need to discuss, we need to express our feelings in this, so that we can, as a community, grow with this and not be overwhelmed by this, and not be in this extreme anti-opinion or in this extreme defensive opinion for a brand. That is not what we should do with this. We should take this opportunity and learn. We should take this opportunity and develop. And we are at the end of the video. I didn't say anything about the makeup products that I use, but in case you're wondering what I have on my eyes, it is the new Flower Nose Butterfly Color collection, and I ordered myself, as said in the You Don't Need That Shit, where I talked about this specifically, the shade or the palette Terracotta Brick, and I used every single shade on my eye. I absolutely love this, and my favorite is this one. Oh, so pretty. I also got the face palette, and I got Tawny Tea, and I used a side of this. This is just a yellow setting powder. I barely use these. I used all the other shades. The highlighter, holy fucking shit. And on the lips, I'm wearing a lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury. Yes, it is. It is Super Size Me. And I topped it off with the Hidden Dash Rest in Roses Manifesto lipstick. And now I am so excited for your opinions on this. I'm so curious what you have to say about this. Please let us know down below. Thank you so much for joining with me in this video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any cool videos. LMS is just right around the corner, and I hope I can see you in the next one.